Man, welcome back to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Day by Day. Thanks for being here. Glad appreciate you making space for it. Still updating videos. I think we're almost at the 13-month mark, which is like 295. We're getting close. I really need to finish uploading videos. Going through this new transition with the new utilities that I purchased, and it's a slower process for sure, but I think it's ultimately going to be good. Happy about it. We're going to re-sign up for GAC. I don't think we did well in GAC, but what are you going to do? I kind of been out of it yesterday. I think I mentioned that we went to a amusement park, and then I stayed up a little bit too late doing stuff with videos last night, and did not get as much sleep as one might prefer or need. So I'm definitely kind of feeling it today, and it's not, it's never ideal, of course, but there's just sometimes when you end up sleeping most of the morning in your living room, recliner, and your kids are like wrestling and everything, and you're like, hey, stop, blah, 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 leave your sister alone type thing, and you're like, okay, I'm more tired than I thought I was. Of course, it doesn't exactly help when the baby wakes you up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we won't discuss what time I went to bed because that's not important. All that's important is the baby woke me up before I was ready, or before my body was ready, I should say. But can't worry about the past. Just watched Arnold do a little video about Luthen. I'm glad they're finally getting around to doing Andor stuff. I feel like, I mean, we haven't talked much about Andor because Andor hasn't really been around. It was supposed to come out last year. Or was it this year? But I think the strike, because of the strike that happened last year, is going to be back to, I think it moved it back a year. But, I'm happy for Luthen. What if, it's funny. I saw a little blurb where Kathleen Kennedy was disappointed in the reception for the fandom about these female characters. And a lady that I follow, she's like, as somebody who's made a name for herself in a male-dominated field, I could tell you it's as simple as you need to be more articulate. Meaning you need to be more welcome. You need to be more authentic and more well-spoken. And she, this woman is definitely that. And, nobody likes the sequel trilogy. And, people like Rebels, but then they're not so high on the Ahsoka show. Why? Because it was a lot of her staying around and a lot of stoicism, which I appreciate stoicism, but there comes a point where it's too much. And then, people can say what they want about the Bad Batch. It's fine. Bad Batch was fine. The Clone Wars are fine. Mando season 1 and 2 are good. But I mean, Mando season 3 it just told a different story. And it was based upon Bo-Katan, which I love Katie Sackhoff. Nothing about Katie Sackhoff, but the show's about the Mandalorian. It's not about the Mandalorians. It's about Din Djarin. And, that's fine if it's going to lead to Axe Wells and the Bounty Hunter, the Mandalorian fleet, that'd be good. If they get Sasha Banks, who plays her wrestler name's Sasha Banks, I think, but what's her I can't remember what her name is in the show. Is it Tosca Reeves maybe or something like that? But if they want to give her a ship, that'd be fine. But it's like these female-led shows, they're struggling because they're not good. I mean, I keep talking about Heir to the Empire, and I know probably most of you are probably sick of hearing about it, but I mean, I don't know how many of you ever watched the show Castle that was on ABC back. I think it was probably started around 2010. I think it probably ended 2017, 2018, maybe something like that. And it had Nathan Fillion, who I'm sure a lot of you know if you watch Firefly. He was Captain Malcolm Reynolds, something like that. But he played Richard Castle, the title character, and it was a detective show, sort of like Murder She Wrote type show, but with a modern twist, of course. And in the show, he had this girl who I can't remember her real name, but in the show, her name was Alexis Richard, because Castle's real name was Richard Rogers, and this girl's name was Alexis Rogers because he was his daughter, and she was a redhead. And I want to see if I can. That's probably not gonna work, but let me do a search real quick. And the actress I was talking about is Molly Quinn. She played Alexis Rogers back on Castle, and I wasn't able to go back in her X or Twitter far enough because but I remember her distinctly when the show was still going. It's probably had to be 2017. I'm sure you can find it somewhere, where she cosplayed as Mara Jade. And, Molly Quinn happens to be redhead, and she happens to have the whole complexions that redheads typically have. But, it was just nice. And I think that, obviously what they did in the Heir to the Empire was a one-off. It was a one-off series where, they came in, they did some stuff, the story ended, and there was, I don't want to spoil it, but things happen, and, it's basically a self-contained story because it's just something that happened, and then it accentuated, Luke and the rebels to their next adventure type thing. And obviously, the current powers that be at Disney want to use Grand Admiral Thrawn, and that's fine. There's nothing saying you can't use Grand Admiral Thrawn. You just change the ending of the story, and but it's like there's so many characters in that story beside Mara Jade that could just be awesome into themselves. And I don't know that their stories were ever extended. People like Gillespie and Tarot Card's whole team, or Talon Card's whole team, and but there's a lot of meat there, and you already have a story that people like. You already have a series of books that it's been proven that people like. If you do this series well, but I get it. There's a lot of other math that is prevalent now that could be problematic, but it's like what you're doing isn't working, and there's a reason why it's not working. And it's the reason why there are a lot of other Disney properties that are Disney proper and are, Disney owned, like Marvel and like Star Wars, that are struggling in their own right. And it's not for unrelated reasons. It's just, you're not supposed to talk about those reasons because people don't like it, because it is what it is. But it's like, nobody told you to make the choice to go there, right? Nobody told you to make those choices. But because you're, I don't know, you felt like you had to go there. And I don't mean to get all Dr. Phil, but Dr. Phil does have a little saying that he goes by whenever I don't watch the show, but I happen to know the saying because I happen to live on planet Earth. It's like, how's that working out for you? Right? And now everybody's going to go, catch me outside. How about that? But it's true. Nobody told them to make the decision. Nobody told them to ask Mara Jade. Nobody told them to do the stupid sequel series the way they did it. Now, because they did it, we have Kylo, we have the whole First Order, we have everybody in the game. And because they did the sequels the way they did them, that's the reason the Bad Batch was the way it was, the reason Mando was the way it was. All because we have to tell this intermittent story that happens between the Battle of Endor and to the beginning of The Force Awakens. That's the time where we're spending the most amount of time. Cassian, of course, takes the place before the Battle of Yavin. But Mando, Ahsoka, all these other shows take place before the Force Awakens, and of course you get the new Rey-led movie that's going to come out. That's going to be after the Last Jedi, the Rise of Skywalker. Excuse me. But you've got all this Filoni-verse stuff that's going to take place before. And it's curious, why didn't they make Din? Why didn't they make Din Djarin? Dinna Djarin? Or Danae Djarin? Or something like that? The reason Mando's so good is because it's a great show, because it's like expanding on the Mandalorians, and the Mandalorians are very, if you go back and you played the Old Republic video game, that Shea Vizsla is in there, and the Vizslas are very prominent in the history of the Mandalorians. We just had Paz. We had Paz, and before that we had his father, who was voiced by Jon Favreau, who was in the Clone Wars. Before all those were Shea, and in the Old Republic video game, the MMO, Shea is the prominent Vizsla, and her name is Shea Vizsla, and she's, but it's still impactful. But I just worry. These are things that I think don't make sense. And I'm surrounded by people that don't make. A lot of people say. A lot of people. Some of you think, well, you make decisions that don't make sense to me all the time. Can we? It's like this game is self-contained. There's only so many decisions you can make. The guy that's 14, 15 million now, who has every character at Relic 9, has every Relic, every Zeta. He's made every possible decision in the game. I mean, and I'm what, 2 million, and it's in 5 years. In 5 years, when the cap for this game, when the cap for galactic power in this game is what, 25 million in 5 years or something, and we're talking about Relic 10 or 11 or 12 or whatever by then. And I'm sitting at 12 million. It's gonna be like, when we have Luthen and we get all these other characters that are kind all these, all the rest of the Bad Batch, all the Ahsoka show characters, all the, all of these characters. It's not going to matter what, but it's like, and the thing is, I can stop that, but I'm just, it's like I want to do. There's just some stuff that I want to do, and it's not going to kill me in the long run, because eventually, everything, there's only so many decisions that can be made in this game. But what they're doing with Disney, it's like what they're doing with Star Wars is they don't have to do. They're doing it. And I'm sure we could talk about another Disney-aligned property or Disney associated show that is doing sort of the similar thing. And it's like, if it doesn't work, maybe you should change direction. I mean, if you're getting mad at people for wanting you to change direction, and you're saying, "Hey, don't watch this show because we don't want you to," how are you going to make money? I mean, I'm asking. Don't you? I mean, it's like, right? That's the name of Nooch. Is like, hey, I did it. That's the reason why he does 27. He doesn't do 27. He probably does 5, and they're all on various topics. But, and Nooch has a good brain. It's like, oh, I could do this. I could do this thing on mods. I can do this thing on light speed battle farming, on what I think is next, and where I think people should go. And it's like, there's a market for that, right? But when you're upset about people not watching your content because of how you've made it and what you've decided to do with it, and then you're like, we made this, why aren't you watching? We thought there was a market for you. And then they're like, oh, right? Because Andor was highly loved. A lot of people liked Andor. If you watched it, it was great. It's not because the story was bad. I mean, supposedly nobody was going to watch a show. And now it came out of obscurity, and everybody raves about it. I don't know if I have it. Let's see if I did. Is this it? I did. I think so. This is the share. I'm going to hold it. Oh, I'm going to flip them out. So let's do this. But this is a show. This is how much I love this show, and I've never worn this shirt. Right? Here it is. I don't know if you can see it. Is the camera going to pick it up? I don't know if the camera's picking up but that's the Andor crest right there. That's how much I love this show. Because I went out and bought merch for Andor. I have some cups that I bought because I liked Andor so much. Which brings me to another thing about this game. You could ask, why is there not merch associated with this game? I did this when I was at the amusement park. I'm like, let me just see. So I Googled Swgoh apparel. The only thing I could find was some stickers that said it's great to be in the Empire today, which we all know who that's associated with, but it's like, why can you not buy a shirt that says, I'm insane for Darth Bane? Or I just went whatever on your butt, or something that just says Galaxy of Heroes, and it puts, your player tag on the back or something. And I mean, right? Is that asking too much? I don't think so. But I ask a lot of questions that it's like, what are the answers? Why is there, especially with the launch of this PC client, and with all the marketing they're doing and everything, and with the start of Hunters Tomorrow, which by the time you're seeing it, of course, I've already made a video and it's probably out, and I hope you watched it, and I hope you liked it. Hope it was good. I'm not good at shooters, but at least I tried. But hey, it is what it is. Oh, by the way, I have my controller for my Switch. I'm probably going to bring my Switch up and shoot it over there, but But yeah, why? It's like, if you want to make money, where's the proof that you like money? Where is the apparel for Swgoh? It seems like you go a lot of different directions with that. It's like nobody was supposed to watch Andor. A lot of people liked it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have liked it if Andor was a girl, but I don't know. They tried to show with Ahsoka, and it was just Rosario Dawson standing around, not doing a whole lot. I mean, I watched that show, and but now that I've had time to think about it and analyze it, it's like, that show was kind of terrible. The thing is, it didn't have to be. And that's a Filoni show, and Filoni just do what? Do what? You did what? What? Where? How? Why? I don't know, guys. I don't know. These are the questions that I think about, and that I think deserve answers. Like, there's an answer to your problem about a female character that people will like. Her name is Mara Jade, and you decided not to use her. Whose fault is that? It's not mine. It's whoever made the decision not to use Mara Jade. If you want your shows to be watched, make them something worth watching. Galaxy Heroes, EA, if you want, let me buy a shirt, bro. I mean, this shirt right here, this Andor shirt is proof. If your game or your show is good, I will buy it. This is how much I liked Andor. But I went and bought this flippin' Andor shirt. I love Andor. Andor's great. Season 1 is. I didn't buy anything about what I don't have anything with Baby Grogu on it because I'm not for. Just the facts. I mean, if you like Grogu, that's cool. If you like Mando, that's cool. I bought a shirt for Andor. I bought some glasses that I really don't know where they are. I'm kind of worried about that. Anyway, babbled on too much. If you're still here, just give me a hey-oh. That'd be good. Anyway, I'm going to go. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the time. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, as always, let me know. We're just, we just farmed who we've been farming. I just talked about random stuff that I was thinking about along the way. If you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, I don't really care. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Make sure you hold the line, and God bless, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.